Why in the world do your eyes water right when you wake up? In this video, we're going over the top 5 reasons why your eyes might water in the morning and what you can do about it. Let's focus in. Hey, howdy everybody, this is Dr. Neil Guymon, Dr. EyeGuy, with a show that keeps your eyes healthy and your vision clear, and I do videos all about the eyes, trying to help you keep your eyes top notch. So make sure you're subscribed for my future videos. Otherwise, let's focus on those teary eyes that you have in the morning. Now this list is the top 5 reasons that I see in the clinic that may cause your eyes to water in the morning, with the last one on the list being the most common, so make sure you stay towards the end of the video to catch that one. Now this first one on the list is a more natural response that your eyes have. When you're sleeping, your eyes are used to being in the dark. When you get up, maybe you go to the bathroom and flick on a bright light, and that bright light will cause your pupils to constrict and may also kick in a protective mechanism that will cause your eyes to water. Now the extra tears are there to bend and refract the light or diffuse the light to make the light a little bit more bearable. Now this type of watering should only last for a little bit until your eyes adjust to the new light. Now if this is something that really bugs you, that bright light really irritates you, then when you first get up in the morning, maybe start off with a dimmer light. If you have a dimmer switch, start the dim and then just slowly brighten the light up, or start with using a lamp in the corner just to get your eyes adjusted to the new light when you first wake up. Now number 2 on the list is yawning. Also a natural reaction, kind of like the first one on the list. Right when you get up, you may yawn, and that yawning will cause certain facial contractions, some right around the orbit, and may contract on the lacrimal gland. The lacrimal gland is what produces tears on the eyes. So when you yawn, it might compress and pump out a little bit more tears than your eyes can handle. Now this one is also natural for your eyes to water when you yawn. If it really bugs you, you can try and not yawn as big when you get up in the morning, and maybe it'll lessen the likelihood that those facial muscles or those muscles will contract on the lacrimal gland. Number 3 on the list is you may have a clogged tear duct. Now the inside corners of our eyelids, top and bottom, we have these little drainage holes called puncta. Now if a punctum gets clogged or obstructed, the tears that you produce in the morning won't be able to flow down that drain. Instead, they'll build up and sometimes flow off the side of your eyes. If you suspect you have this, one thing that you can do is heat up the eyelids, especially in the corners, and also do a digital massage. You can lightly massage and rub that area or the corner of the eyelids to try and get rid of that obstruction or get rid of the mucus that might be there blocking the drain. Now this might be tricky. Sometimes patients have to go into the clinic, go into your eye doctor, and have the punctum irrigated. They'll actually squirt saline solution to flush any obstruction in there to get the drain open so the tears can drain properly. And number 4 on the list is allergies. Now at night, your eyes are used to being closed and hardly moving, and when you wake up, you might be exposed to an allergen, something in the air, maybe pet dander, pet hair, something that's going to be an allergen to your eyes, and it will cause these little bumps or papillae on the inside of the eyelids. And those bumps and the allergen will cause your eyes to get red, irritated, and may cause your eyes to water. Now the tricky thing here is you want to try your best to get rid of the allergen, whether it's the pet dander, pet hair, something on your pillowcase, anything that you might be allergic to. That will help control the watery eyes in the morning. To take it a step further, you can also use allergy eye drops. A common one I recommend to a lot of patients is called Pataday. It's over the counter, very safe. They have different versions of it. But you can use that eye drop right when you get up in the morning, because this might be something that you battle all throughout the day. Your eyes might start watering in the morning, but you'll still have the allergies and may water throughout the day, and so Pataday is a good eye drop to help control that. Now I made another video about the top 5 reasons why your eyes might water in general, and I mentioned allergies, and I go more in detail in that video, so I definitely recommend checking that video out. I'll put a link in the description below, also a link up there. Now number 5 on the list, this is definitely the most common cause for your eyes to water, and definitely the most involved reason, and that is dry eyes. Now with this one, there's different levels of dryness that might cause your eyes to water in the morning. In general, with your eyes just being naturally dry, when you wake up, the protective mechanism will kick in and cause your eyes to water. Now one thing to consider is you might be in that 20% of the people that don't sleep with their eyes fully closed. Now I'm not saying that you sleep with your eyes fully open all night long, but you might leave about a third of the eyeball exposed, and that third of the eyeball will dry out because you're not blinking to recoat that surface with tears, and that part of the eye will get super dry during the night. And then when you wake up, your brain registers a super dry portion of the eye and will start flooding the eyes with the tears. Now, dryness and sleeping with your eyes partially open can cause what's called keratitis, or little dry inflammation patches or almost microscopic open wounds on the surface of the eye or the cornea. Now, the cornea is super sensitive, so when you wake up, this also might be painful or feel irritated, almost feel like there's a foreign body or something in your eye, because as your eyelids kind of rub over those dry patches, they might notice that something's a little bit different, and that will cause the eyes to water, thinking there might be a foreign body in there, also trying to coat the eyes with those dry patches, trying to heal the cornea. Now, if you're unlucky, one of the top severity levels of dryness is you might be dealing with recurrent corneal erosions. Now, if your eyes are really dry, the surface of the eyeball and the inside of the eyelid, as you're sleeping, they might get so dry that the tissues will start to adhere to each other, almost like Velcro sticking to each other. And then when you wake up and you open your eyes, your eyelids will almost rip off the top layer of the cornea and tear that cornea off. Now, depending on the size of this rip, it can be pretty brutal, and you'll probably know it if it happens to you. Right when you wake up, you'll have this shooting pain right on the surface of the eyes, right when you open your eyelids, and it'll cause your eyes to water, trying to heal that rip or that tear of the cornea. Now, usually the people that are dealing with this may have had a previous trauma to the eye, or they're dealing with a dystrophy that causes the layers of the cornea not to adhere correctly, so they're more prone to tearing. If you've already been diagnosed with a dry eye disease, you want to stay on top of your dry eye treatments. Artificial tears are going to be in one of those treatments for sure, and at nighttime, you definitely want to put in a dry eye drop. Sometimes they have thicker gels that you can put in there that might help coat the eyes a little bit better. If you're one of those people that sleep with your eyes open, they make moisture chamber goggles that you can sleep with that help with the moisture around the eye to keep your eyes from drying out. Some people have even gone as far as taping the eyelids shut, depending on how bad that is or how wide your eyes are when you sleep. If you're dealing with corneal erosions, you definitely want to be using your artificial tears, trying to keep your eyes from drying out during the night. One possible treatment is you can use a contact lens. We call them bandage contact lenses, where you actually put a contact lens and it acts like a bandage or a shield between your eyeball and your eyelid to keep them from adhering to each other. So a lot of people have done that. Now, if you're dealing with this watery eye, especially in the morning, especially if it's painful, causing blurry vision, foreign body sensation, I definitely recommend going in to have your eyes checked out. You may be dealing with a more severe case of a dry eye disease. Also might be dealing with corneal erosions, and you'll definitely want help to heal the cornea properly. Also, check out my other videos where I go more in detail about dry eye symptoms and dry eye treatments. I'll put that link to my series of videos below and also up here. Now, I always like to ask a question. If you're dealing with watery eyes in the morning, what do you do to help your eyes? Do you flush it out? Do you use teardrops? Do you just live with it? I'm just kind of curious to see what you're doing out there. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Dr. Neil Guymon, Dr. EyeGuy, focusing on you and your eyes. Stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.